What's going on, everybody? This is your man Big Stu, Scott Steward or Professor Steward, depending on how you know me. What entrepreneurs don't talk about. Good morning. Hopefully you are up and at it, out the bed. It's kind of late for a Monday anyway, for some. And I am coming to you post-pandemic. We outside. We are outside, man. Straight up. It looks like the days of everything being dynamically from the desktop, Zooms. We're in this hybrid space. So I'm actually headed to a school. Now, if you go to the Genius Lab website, you talk about mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. That's why I'm here, because most of you cats, most people, I ain't gonna call you out, but a lot of people ain't willing to put themselves out here for public scrutiny, right? Like to tell people the mistakes that we've made, right? A lot. That's just not really normal behavior to talk about what hasn't worked out, what has gone wrong. But I am clear that God has appointed me for this role, and that means that I have to take your comments and be okay with them, whether you're giving me the comments here in these lives, or whether we link up in real life, or whether I feel the energy for what some of y'all might be saying when I'm not around. And I'm okay with it. It's part of the game. I asked for it. Yeah, I'm the type of dude that wants to be in the spotlight. I look for the shine, right? And with that, that means that I take a lot of shots. I put up a lot of shots. You know, that's a sports reference, right? Especially that's a basketball reference. You put the ball in my hand, I'm going to shoot. And inevitably, what that means is I'm going to miss sometimes. But I want you to learn from the misses. Because what you often don't see is the time spent in the gym. That's what's missing a lot. Is the time spent in the gym, right? And so I spend a lot of time in the gym. Now let's talk about, yeah, buddy, risk taking. It's just that, it's risk, but let's let these risks be calculated. But that time in the gym is not always me sitting in front of the computer, right? The time in the gym sometimes is spent meditating. The time in the gym for me as an entrepreneur is sometimes spent in prayer. The time for me in the gym sometimes is thinking up the idea of how something may roll out. In this case, a youth program. If you don't know, I'm the CEO and founder of Genius Lab. And at Genius Lab, I help young people think about where business and technology interlock. Okay? So I'm looking for young people who are interested in learning about business from the financial aspect, from how to run a business and how to utilize the technology to make their businesses profitable. That's what I do. And I try to do it in a fun and unique way, right? And so, but what you don't see is the time in the gyms when I'm really thinking about the 30 young people that's sitting in front of me, whether it's virtually or in person, and how I get that engagement up. More so than those, you know, that's the time spent in the gym. So I go out and I do a lot of programs. Not all of them hit. Not all of them hit. Ideally, I'd like to have 75 to 80% of the young people I run across be super engaged. But what you don't see is sometimes, and if some of my former high school students might be on here, sometimes you realize like all students ain't necessarily engaged in this 6'6" bald head dude coming in here with all this energy in the morning, talking about getting into business and starting your business and blah, blah. Those are some of the mistakes, right? But you also got to take with this, and this is the part that entrepreneurs don't be talking about. We make mistakes sometimes in our personal lives. The objective, let me say that part again. Some say rewind. We make mistakes in our personal lives, right? I know social media makes it easy for us to get out here and just show up when we, in our bag, when we feeling good, right? And nobody is going to tap in if I was in here in some doom and gloom, right? But I want you to know, yes, you should be telling yourself everything you need to tell yourself to make you feel good about yourself. Let me say it again. You should be telling yourself everything about yourself to make yourself feel good about yourself. I used to have bars. I used to think I was a rapper. You know what I mean? I speak with a certain flow, a certain cadence. You should be telling yourself everything about yourself to make yourself feel good about yourself. But in that, you got to stand in your truth. I have to stand in my truth. I have to stand in my truth, right? And in that truth is sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes I make mistakes, right? And so I use this platform, particularly here on Facebook, the Meta, right, to share with you some of those mistakes so you can do what you need to do to get to where you're trying to go. I recognize, for one of the mistakes is I used to think that I was for everybody. And I'm for everybody, but I ain't for everybody, bro. I use when I'm talking to my lady Angela, I use the analogy, I'm like beer. And beer sells. Beer sells, yo. People drink beer, but let me tell you, everybody don't like beer, bro. Everybody don't like beer. But beer sells. You know what I mean? It's a market for beer, but everybody don't like beer. So I'm like beer. And some of y'all might be in your mind, ugh, beer, yeah. Yeah, right? But I'm tapping into the people who rocking with me. But understand this. Everybody has an opinion. And if you're going to be out here, fall down 7, get up 8. Absolutely. Everybody has an opinion. And if you're going to be out here, and here go these popo, we ain't supposed, but I'm hands-free, so it should be decent. But I think they got this law where the only thing you should have up is the mic. Is the map. So let me see if they're going to get at me or not. They probably ain't even thinking about me. I don't even know if you can see them. But anyway, I digress. The objective, though, is to, at least for me, I'm using this platform to get out here to show y'all, what's good, so you can learn from my mistakes. And we do make mistakes, but I'm gonna encourage you today. To keep putting up them shots. Like, people gonna say what they gonna say. Let them say it. Do you know how many times we have had an opinion about a pop star, a celebrity, about somebody we didn't know, and we literally, and let me not speak for none of let me not speak for none of y'all. Let me speak for myself. There have been so many times when I've had an opinion about something happening in pop culture with celebrities, and I've literally formed an opinion. I've literally picked a side. Let me tell you how bogus that is. It's so bogus because I don't know them people. I don't know their story. I don't know the full piece of it. I don't know everything, but yet and still I have an opinion about what they did or didn't do that I liked or didn't like and how it affected me. Let it go. This is me talking to me. Let it go. Yo, people gonna talk. You can't worry about it. It's okay. And as a matter of fact, when there's that discourse, when people are making opinions or having opinions about what you're doing and the decisions that you're making, they are measuring themselves up against you as the entrepreneur, as the doer, as the creator, as the innovator. They're measuring themselves up against you. That's usually how naysayers work. They see something. Hey, Phil, Cuzzo Phil, I got you on the breakthrough side. Trust me, I will hit you when I finish with my day-to-day. So tap in. But when naysayers speak about you, it is one of the greatest forms of a compliment. Especially when there people are saying what they wouldn't do or how they would. I see how Stu rude moving. I don't like how he talk. Why he wear that shirt? Why he got to say it like that? That is because people are measuring themselves to you, and especially if they're measuring what they have yet to accomplish for themselves. So it's important for me. It's important for some of us to be an open book and share not just what's always working, but it's important to share the challenges. It's important to share the mistakes so you are not disillusioned by what it takes to be your greatest self. You don't want to be disillusioned. Everybody don't do this. Some people are way too private. Some people are way too, not just private, some people are way too prideful to share their mistakes. Some people are just way too, and it's not a knock. It's not a bad thing. It ain't for everybody. This is my mission to share with you all. It's my mission. So learn from my mistakes. That's why I'm here. When the obituary is read, it's like, man, one of the things, man, he was an open book. He shared his truth. He shared his mistakes so we can learn from it. So we can either, like, you're gonna learn from me one of two ways. One of two things is I'm gonna be a teacher for you. And I'm actually kind of hoping that many times I'm rubbing you in a way that makes you uncomfortable. I'm hoping I make you uncomfortable, because if I'm making you uncomfortable, you are growing. I said that. If I'm making you uncomfortable, then I'm stretching you. Not that I'm here to like just make you uncomfortable for no reason. I'm telling you, God is moving through me. If you hear me say something or don't like the, or if it's making you cringe in a sense, it's like, you are growing. And everybody will grow in their own season, in their own timing. But trust me, being uncomfortable is a sign of growth. So it is my hope that you get something from here. You're going to learn from me in one of two ways. Either you see me and be like, man, I'm tapped in. I love what that brother doing. Man, I want to support. I want to support what that brother doing. That's a learning. Good. Because you're feeding, you're taking notes. You're writing stuff down, you're remembering. Or you'll look at me and be like, I don't like nothing the way that's a terrible decision. That's a bad move. I wouldn't have never did that. That's also a teachable moment, because you're using me as your barometer, as your measuring stick to be like, nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So I hope that each and every last one of you within the sound of my voice have the most productive day of your life today. Every day, I hope, and I ain't worried about the days of the past. I ain't worried about tomorrow. Today, in this moment, it is my hope that you make the absolute most out of it in the most productive day, most productive way, that you are able to see the optimism of the day, that you are able to take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way, that you see nothing but the good in the day. That is my wish for you today, each and every way, from top to bottom, to up and down, from the suburbs to Chicago's downtown. It doesn't matter. Do what you're gonna do. Do what you're gonna do. Have the most productive day. And I don't care your age. I don't care your financial situation. I don't care about your living conditions. It is not too late. It is not too late. And if you're still out here creating and observing and paying attention, there is still more for you to contribute. It's not done. If you're breathing and if you're able to do anything, utilize your extremities, and you got your heart is beating, and you can read and write and move about, continue to contribute. There is value in you. What's up, Lady Hope? There is value in you. Shout out to my cousin Nicole. We mastermind. We've been masterminding, and look, and she's a testament. Put it in the chat, Nicole. The mastermind and the manifestations, the tapping in works. It works. It works. It works. It works. So do what you need to do. Y'all know where y'all can find me. ScottSteward.com. That's Steward with a D. You can always, if you're looking for youth programs, for young people, if you're a school principal, anywhere in the world, a school superintendent, a school leader, if you're a school counselor and you want your students to tap into mindfulness, you want your students to tap into business development, you want your students to tap into technology and how to utilize business and tech, geniuslabchicago.com for that. If you are a business owner and are looking for a little consult about your business practices, maybe how to present something specific for your organization, need some ideas on how to package something, or need some ideas on how to become profitable, I'm really good at helping entrepreneurs tap into the startup phase, right? So let me be very, very clear. I've never proclaimed to be good in any area of teaching except if you want to start that business. Now, that's because that's the place that I've mastered, because I've mastered starting multiple businesses. But now I'm in a place, okay, I got these businesses started, right? So now I'm in this organizational structure, right? Creating structure for businesses for sustainability. But if you are in the startup phase, you have an idea, you're still pushing through an idea, you haven't made your first dollar yet, you want to make your first dollar, you want to make your first $1,000, you want to get to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, holla at me. Holla at me. That's real talk. I can generate, I know how to generate $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. I'm working on consistently doing $50,000, $100,000 a month consistently. I'm in that phase right now. But I've mastered, you know, for me, a $10,000 month is a slow month. Like, I'm hurting if I finally did $10,000 this month, right? So if you need some assistance in that area of trying to get to that first $100, $1,000, $5,000, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I'll give you what you need, and I'll be a part of your team of mentors. I didn't say I'll be your only mentor. I'll be a part of your team of mentors to help you break through. All right? Shout out to all of you. I hope you have an amazing day. You already know what it is. Until next time, peace.